So, hello again, Wolf. Nice to see you. I'm working to have it live also on social media, so anyone who could not join today or didn't see the emails can join also and learn to know about the bootcamp. Hello, Giorgio. Aloha, Philip. Nice to see you. So it's exactly 7. For those who are already in, I will explain how we're going to go today and how it's going to work. So as we have done this bootcamp a couple of times already, we're not going to repeat the same thing that you are going to see as a self-paced recording or of our previous webinar. We're thinking that the best way to give you the most value is to give you live example, answer your questions, and go into specific problems. So we have taken all the best material we have put them in a self-paced course for you. It includes a recording for each section that will help you into a framework on how to build up your sales funnel. We have used a lot of webinars from last year and also our summits. We had great people joining the summit, great people joining the webinars, and all these people have given us a recording of their talk. We have uploaded that on the course, so you can go and check every recording, every video today, and also on the Q&A of Friday, on Thursday at the same hour. We're going to answer your questions. I have been collecting anything that you send me by email and anything I could see that I could answer live through the community. So feel free to send me your questions for Thursday. Send me your landing pages, your funnels for feedback, any question you may have. Feel free to post and also comment to other people, give feedback to others. We're here to help you. And the point of this is to take everyone at any stage that you are and help you grow your sales. Whether those you're just starting out, many of you, about half of you, do not have the course ready right now. So we're going to help you and give you a framework on how you can just start your funnel, get the first people inside it, and start selling your courses. But there are also experienced people that are here for months or even years on LearnWorlds, and they want to take their marketing a step further. So on the course, on the self-paced material, there is a little bit of everything for everyone. And for those people that want something more advanced, we have extra resources. For example, Tatiana, our own PPC expert, has 2 webinars that you can find on the summit and on our academy for more in-depth PPC to start doing ads. And you can also see a lot of our material in our resources pages. I'm linking to all of those to help you go into more advanced territory. For this bootcamp, I want you to have a goal. I want you to decide something specific you want to achieve. Whether this is get 100 leads, that means email addresses, or start do a funnel to get your first 10 sales, or if you are more experienced and you already have sales, try to see how can I grow my sales for 5% or 10% with one action I do, a marketing funnel I built through this bootcamp, or how can I improve my funnel and increase the conversion rate from a lead to a customer. So feel free to take some notes, write down your goal, and this will help you go on. Today I will go very quickly through what you're going to find inside the bootcamp and what we suggest as a funnel. And then I'm going through the questions. Feel free to send me any questions through the Q&A or the chat here. We have 2 people, Anastasia from our support team. She's going to collect all the questions I cannot read, and Andrea is also going to be on social media and collecting any questions we may have on social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So happy to have you all here. I see a lot of names: Peter, Antonio again, Sharon, Sherry, Shahaj, Marcel, Philip, and Georgia again. I said hi. So feel free to get introduced and also share your website if you want, and we can start on. So my name is Nick. I'm Nick Malekos. I'm one of the senior marketers here at LearnWorlds. I have been working with LearnWords for a little over 4 years, and before that, I have been working on the tertiary education, and university marketing, and similar kinds of educational marketing. And I have also been a trainer for non-profit events like TEDx and some other ones for media. So I started with the same background many of you may have. Maybe it's similar. And I'm a marketer by expertise. I have been learning from the top course creators by talking to them through LearnWorlds, through our webinar, and by researching the industry. So I will try to help you as much as possible. So this is the bootcamp. What you're going to find here. The first section, and you can think it as a day by day, or if you have a longer term goal, you can think about it as a week by week how to grow your sales. So the first section we dedicate to building and growing an audience. It's one of the most important parts for me because you have to understand who you are talking to, who is going to buy your course before you sell it. And one thing here, many of you, we notice that you don't want to sell courses. You just want to have a social impact. You want a community. You want to grow an audience and teach them something, whether this is a corporate social responsibility for some companies, or teach them about your company, your products, or grow a social cause. So the same aspects we're talking about selling, the same things work when you're trying to build a free course, because you have to convince people to give your email and spend time inside the course. So building and understanding your audience is the first part. After that, you are going to need to learn how to create or improve your sales page. We have many examples on the recordings. Go watch them, and also many great people talking about building and improving a sales page on video, and some external resources about how you can improve your sales page. So a sales page is all about getting rid of the distractions and going there to promote your material, your course. The third part is how to price. Uh, a lot of people are asking me, what's the price of the course? How should they price a course? Should it be $10? Should it be 100? Should it be 500? Should it be 1,000? The answer, it's all of the above and none of the above. It depends on you, your audience, and you need to test about that. However, if you watch the recording on there, I had a survey with the people selling the course in the previous workshop, and some of you already reply and improve on that survey, and you can see the results that you can find courses anywhere from $0 up to thousands of dollars, and the sweet spot, most people sell their courses between $50 and $200. Go check that recording, and you will see and get some insights on how you can price your course, how to think, when to give a free course, when to give a low price course to upsell for a more expensive course. The fourth section is how to prepare an email funnel. When you grow your audience with a lead magnet or a lead capture, you get them into your email list. You need to have a way to sell them the course. Many of you have heard about sales funnels. We suggest a very specific way of using your sales funnel, the email funnel, which is a sequence of emails to convince people from where they don't know about you into going and learning about you and being convinced to buy your course. This sometimes includes a discount in that. Then the last part is launching. I'm going to focus here on the launching part, on testing, understanding how your funnel works, and I will be giving you a checklist that is more specific to LearnWords. Some of you are not on LearnWords yet, or some of you are using other ways to sell your courses. But this checklist is very important, and you can use it again in any system you are using, but it's specific to LearnWords and how LearnWords works. So you'll see very specific examples on how to set your LearnWords school to sell courses and how you can check that everything is correct. For example, one of the things that many people forget is checking their notification and customizing to fit their tone of voice on their style. I saw a question as I was reading about the replay. Yes, there will be a replay. I will be uploading the recording by tomorrow on the same course where you found this video. this live webinar, you'll find below the recording tomorrow, and you'll find the same spot the next webinar for Thursday. So, as I said, we're going to have 2 Q&As, Monday and Thursday. I'll be answering your questions. The rest of the bootcamp will be self-paced. So feel free to send me your questions either through a private message inside the school, posting on the social community, or sending it, or replying to an email of the ones that you will be receiving as a reminder. I'll be trying to answer as many as possible. So one very important thing that I noticed on the past 2 bootcamps we did is that there are 4 major challenges that course creators have, and you're probably facing at least one of those. The first one, most of you are here for selling your courses. Many people are great educators, awesome educators. I cannot even begin to explain how good their courses, their material is, but they're afraid for some reason to sell, or they don't know how to sell. So a perfect product is staying on the shelf because you don't know how to promote it. This is one of the challenges we're trying to solve through this bootcamp. The second part is being a perfectionist. So this is connected a little bit with the procrastination. We're trying to solve this again with a bootcamp by giving you a framework. If you follow this bootcamp as a framework and take each section as one of the steps you need to move forward, and try not to have something perfect or just a way to give a goal. Like you have to give a goal if it's I have to pass each section every day, or I have to do the things in the section in a week, or I have to launch, and you set up a date like the 31st of the month. So setting up a goal and having a framework has to help you fight perfectionism and procrastination. It will push you to go on further along, and you don't need to have the perfect course. There are always mistakes. There are always small things you can improve, and you can improve them later. Think about the startup methodology and the MVP. So the MVP is the minimum viable product. What is the minimum product you can sell before you can go and make something bigger? For example, before you open a factory making furniture, you might be building chairs in your garage and selling them to neighbors. That's the first part. It might not be perfect, it might not be machine perfect, the chairs you're selling, but it's perfect enough for someone to buy it. Then as you grow, you create that factory and you sell more and more and more. This has to be your mentality right here, right now. I see more people joining in. Hello, Marika. I think you are on this previous bootcamp too. Isabel, Paul, Lou. I see many more people joining as I'm speaking. So the last challenge is probably one of the most important too, building an audience. We notice in LearnWorlds that the most successful course creators, they come or they build an audience as they go. Your main focus, if you had to have one focus in this challenge and you didn't do it, you're not going to do anything else, and you don't have an audience, you should be starting to build an audience. The audience is what is going to define you, because if 0 people know you, 0 people will buy your courses. If 1 person knows you, maybe he or she will buy, maybe not. If 100 or 1,000 people know about you, you have more chances for getting noticed and someone picking up your course. It's a game of numbers. If you have a terrible strategy, a terrible funnel, by growing your audience, you'll have more sales, just because it's a game of numbers. It's a percentage of those people that will be buying. Focus on building your audience if you don't know how to do anything else. And by building your audience, I mean growing your email list, offer something for free, a course or an ebook, something to grab their email and being able to communicate with them either personally or through mass emailing. So this is why the first part, and what I want to focus more, is the audience. As I said, without an audience, you cannot sell an online course. You need to have people knowing about you. So what is this audience? This audience is people visiting your blog. I see a lot of people talking about SEO, and because SEO is one of my expertises in the field, I don't suggest you start working on SEO except if you have already done some sales. SEO takes time and it will give you results in 3, 6 months, a year, or 2 years. But there are ways that you can have website visitors, social media, people in your mailing list, emailing and reaching out to people on LinkedIn. If for any reason you have people visiting your website by themselves, by finding you on Google, you are one of the lucky few. You have a kickstart advantage, and this is your first audience. Then it's the social media following. People who know about your website or maybe know about your social media first, they will move between each other. They go to a website and then back to the social media. If you are good, if you are posting helpful material to the social media that works for you, because it could be Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, it could be LinkedIn, it could be Pinterest, it could be anything. It could be even be TikTok. So you have to see what works for you, what social media works, and grow your audience there. How? Being helpful, give value. Don't over promote yourself, over give value if it's possible. Then it's the emailing list. I have talked about it a couple of times already. Try to get the first two audiences into an emailing list. Offer something for free, a webinar like this is our lead captures. This is how you are getting into our email list. Do the same. Offer a free course. Offer a downloadable, a checklist, something that gives people value. They have to feel that they are getting value from you before you are going to sell them anything. Your sales contacts, anyone who you have worked before, anyone you have already sold can be your audience. Previous customers, same thing. I went a bit ahead. Any other following, any other people that are going to follow you anywhere, ask about your advice. It could be a physical audience that is coming to your talks physically after the situation is over or before that. People who know you. You might be famous in your neighborhood or your city or your country. It could be that you are going often to the TV. These people are your audience. You have to let them know and collect them into something that is your own media. Own media is usually social media or email list, somewhere you have more control. So get that audience, connect with them, get them to get your news in a way. Even if it's an email list or if it's sending SMS, so you just have their phone numbers. And this is the way you start to grow your sales, by growing the base audience. So one tool I really recommend on helping you, especially if you're starting out, it's HubSpot Persona Tool. If you just Google HubSpot and Persona Tool, it's the first result. You can go and you can choose how your perfect audience looks like. I caught about someone having a course on mindfulness. Yeah, Isabel. So let's say I will take you as an example, Isabel. If you go to HubSpot Persona Tool and you go there, who is going to buy a mindfulness course or a mindfulness or yoga course? So my guess will be female between the age of 25 to 45. She might like outdoors activities. She might be trying to get healthier or getting getting more flexible, or just it could be the spiritual element that attracts that person to you. HubSpot pushes you to think about these questions and answer them and make a sheet of paper. It's actually a downloadable PDF to help you visualize that person. Then you have someone to talk about. Like I use Isabel as an example. I'm right now visualizing a course creator with specific characteristics that is selling a mindfulness course. And this helps me on how to speak to them. This way I don't speak to 100 people that I don't understand. It's about speaking to one person that is similar to all those 100. It's easier to talk to one person than talking at the same time to 100 people. So this, if you think about your audience, it will help you create your course, it will help you create your videos, but it will also help you find out where they are and how to reach out to them. So for example, again, for a mindfulness course, if I'm thinking that 25 to 45 is the age of someone who will buy a mindfulness course, I will be going to Instagram, I will be going to TikTok, I will be going to YouTube, and mostly sharing videos instead of something else to attract their attention. And I will be sharing yoga videos or mindfulness exercises 2, 3, 5 minutes exercises, and I will be saying that come on my site and join my free course. Here is a half an hour exercise, not a 5 minute, or it's a weekly exercise, 5 minutes per day. And through that course, slowly you'll sell them the 1 month or a year subscription to your mindfulness membership site. So this is the way you have to think on building your audience and growing it. So that's all about the audience. I want to speak a couple of minutes, even less, for LearnWords. Many of you here are here because you want to learn more about LearnWords, and if you haven't done so yet, you can go and try LearnWords for free for 30 days. If you go to the main site of Just Launch It, you'll see this menu I'm sharing right now. On the top, you can find different buttons, the profile, the inbox, and the community to navigate inside. I made it easier for you. And on the right, you can find and get your free trial. Just click there. All you need is your email, a name of the school, and you can change that later. It's no obligations. We don't ask for your credit card. You can just go and test LearnWords, see if it works for you, and we'll be showing you some examples within the platform. You are already in LearnWords by taking this webinar, and you can give it a try today. So do that after the webinar and send me a message. Let me know how it feels, if you find it difficult, if it's easy, if you love it or not. There are many people who already tried LearnWords, and I saw some very nice comments on the community. So feel free to try it. Thank you, Anastasia, for sharing the link too. Cabaneros, you have a professional account already, so you don't need it. This is for people who are still trying out LearnWords. I have been reading all the community posts, so I know that many of you are checking LearnWords right now. So if you haven't done so, go get a free trial, and we'll continue the bootcamp now. So I didn't have many landing pages for feedback, so I'm asking you to send me any more landing pages you have. And if you want any feedback about your course pages, if you're not sure how to improve them, or you don't like them, or you just want some feedback for Thursday, feel free to send me your landing pages. I prefer through the community or by a personal email. Don't send them now in the chat. I don't have time to read all of the questions. So many people live right now. Anastasia is helping me connect them, collect all of them for the end. So send me your questions, but the landing pages, post them so other people can also give you feedback on the community. And I will ask you to also give feedback to other people. Let me see. So next one. I already found out Jason that was asking about feedback on the Yoshida Academy. So I added this for the first website to give feedback on these Q&As. So the first thing is, I see that I'm going to his homepage, and I see a discount code on the top. There is a code Invest 2021. There is a 10% off code. But one thing that is missing, there is no button to go anywhere. Jason has 3 very expensive courses. So I need to remember this code, go into one of the courses, and then include the code. While it's not so hard, it makes it slightly more difficult for most people, and they might forget. So what I will do is add a button and give the discount code, maybe a bit higher discount code for one of the courses, maybe the cheapest course, to get some people started out. So a button that is connected to the checkout page, and on LearnWords you can connect it not just to the checkout page, but you can also add the coupon code. So when they click on it, it's already discounted for them. They don't even need to copy and paste or remember the code. So make it more, make it easier. Like if you add that, or if you are using Stripe, you can add a one-click checkout. It's very easy to get someone to buy your course. Lessen the steps they need to take, lessen the difficulty, even if they just have to remember an easy code. Lessen those steps and you'll get more sales. Then I went to check one of the courses. The first thing I noticed is that it's a $2,000 course, $2,500, but there is no video. While the course shows a lot of videos and more than an hour videos in each section, I cannot understand what's the style of the video. Is it good video? Is it a workshop video? Is it a recording from another event? Is it a high quality with backdrops, high editing? I don't know about that. By showing a video, a 2 minutes video or 1 minute video, you can show the quality of your course and you can convince someone to buy it. You can even have the first section for free, so someone will register, see the first hour of video, and decide if they want to buy or not. This is an alternative to having a free course as a lead capture, because maybe it doesn't make sense to have a free course if you have only high price courses. Another thing is that there are many reviews on the main page, but there are no reviews on the courses. What if you are promoting on social media and directly the courses and then don't click to go on the homepage? Copy some of the reviews and add the same reviews on the bottom or on the middle of the page of the courses. This will help show that people are taking this course and they love it. I will also add images, pictures, if you are allowed to use those pictures of the people that took the course and gave you the review, because they were empty. These things should help you get more people to buy if you get them until here they don't buy at the end. I see some questions from social. Anastasia will be collecting them for the Q&A. Thank you, Andrea. So again, post your landing pages on the community, give feedback to other people. I will be looking forward to get a hold of your landing page and give you feedback on Thursday on the next Q&A. And if you're right now watching us on social media, feel free to Google justlaunchit.learnworlds.com and come visit it and register for the course to get the full experience of the bootcamp. You will find many self-paced materials, and you can also ask for feedback. If you're unsure how to find it, just comment below the video and we'll come back to you and send you the link. That's something interesting. Them network. Yeah. About pricing online courses, we have also a lot of articles on our blog. So if you Google it, chances are you're going to get an article on our blog on how you can price. But you can also see inside it on the section how to price it. Our small research survey with 200 people answering on what's the normal distribution of prices along course creators, and see if it fits your pricing or it makes sense. I had a more extensive comment on that on the previous bootcamp, so you can also see the recording to hear my commenting on it and how you can think about your pricing. Jason, I will appreciate if you also post your website on the community. I can get the chat later, but it's easier if you post it publicly for other people to see also. So we're going to questions I collected from the community. So Melanie was asking how to find paying clients. Now that's the whole bootcamp to reply. I will give some quick answers on that, but have in mind that this is the whole essence of the bootcamp, and it should help you find more people. The first advice I want to talk a little bit about is the transformation value. Think about the value of your course and how it changes people. To get someone to give you their email, you need to change their life towards becoming something better. If my favorite example is a gardening course, or even better, a cooking course. If you're selling a course about how to bake, it's a huge topic. You can have a course about baking 20, 30 cakes. You can explain about different ways of baking, different tricks, different ways of making the cakes more beautiful. But what's the transformational value? What will change someone's life in one free course, in one very quick session? My idea is teach them how to make cookies, or teach them how to make the easiest possible cake. Make someone make a cake that requires the least effort and the least effort from you. Teach them that as a free course, and they will pay you to get the more expensive course. So find the minimum way your course can give value to someone, whether that is 10 minutes as a checklist or it's 2-3 hours as a baking course, and make them subscribe to you. That's how you share something of value for free on social media, and people will go there, they will click and they will give you their email. And this is the first step into building a relationship with them. And building a relationship could be emailing them once per week to give them more recipes or more tips and tricks. Another thing, if you are unsure about your audience, but you have an audience and they are not buying, ask them to complete a survey. Again, you can give them something for free. For example, answer a survey and go into a webinar, a free webinar next week with me. The survey will give you some more information about your audience, what they want, why they are not buying, and what they actually want to buy. So use a survey to get to know some more information and ask them how much will you pay for this course. It could be that you have a too expensive course, or they see a $10 course and they say it's not valuable enough. I can find $10 course on Udemy. Why buy from you? But maybe a $100 course has the expectation that it's a higher quality, and they want to find this information. Another thing is, if you already have 1, 2, 3 customers, interview them. Go on a call. Do things that do not scale and they're not massive. Go ask them one by one to have a call, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, and get to know them. Get to understand why they bought. This will inform you on how to get more customers. Growing your audience, as I said before, it's a game of numbers and conversions. By growing your audience, if you have 1 customer every 100 subscribers, then if you were to grow indefinitely, 100 more customers every day, you'll have 1 more sale every day. So how can you grow these 100 people into 10,000 people? Another thing is try a discount campaign. This is a very good way if you have an expensive course to gauge the interest and check the price level of your audience. Are they comfortable paying $1,000 or do they prefer to pay $100? Try a discount, give them a limitation, maybe for 3 days or a week or a month, that they get this course for this specific price, and see whether they buy and they like the offer. Maybe you need to do discounts every 3 or 6 months, or maybe you need to lower the price of your course. This is on you to decide. For example, if you already have sales and the discount just increases your sales for the people who are resistant and they don't like to buy on that price, you may want to do regular discounts every 6 months to just get those people that do not like your price, but people are still buying your price. If no one was buying your price before and you lower the price 50% and you see a lot of sales going on, maybe it's because your price is too high, and try for a while to keep the regular price at 50%. Another question is done. I had this question by email, not on the bootcamp before, but a lot of times over the years about what do you need to get your course accredited, or do you need, if someone needs to have their course accredited? The answer is you don't need accreditation. I speak about the value of CP course certifications. It's a great way to go. It gives more value, but you don't really need to get an accredited course. There are some courses on subject that might be legally controlled. For example, drugs or gun issues. Sometimes in some countries or some states are more controlled, and if you are sharing material on some controlled subjects, you need to be careful, and you might need some accreditation. But in most cases, you have something to teach. People want to pay you. You don't need any accreditation. If I'm good at cooking, I want to teach cooking, and people like how I teach cooking, they will buy my course. No need for accreditation. If you are great at your job and you know you have the best Excel skills, like one of my colleagues has, I will pay her to teach me a course about it. So you don't really need accreditation. All you need is an audience, and they have to be interested in getting you to teach them and open their world for you. So I had many questions about different topics on how to use LearnWords. We're not going to speak about technically LearnWords right here, but if you go to our main website, I have it here as a red square. You can see the resources menu. Below the resources, the daily webinars. Anastasia is part of our customer success team, and they're doing great webinars there. You see the head of our customer success, it's Julie there, and Brett. They are doing webinars every day, and some days we have 2 webinars every day about different technical subjects. Just choose the day that works for you, the subject that works, and the time that that works for you. Book your seat, register to the webinar, show up there, and we don't just show you how to use either the site builder, which it's so huge, it's so incredible as a tool that it has its own webinar, or how to use LearnWords to upload your courses, or the generic Q&A with a support. You can just go there and go watch one of the webinars, send your questions there. The team is great with technical stuff. I will not be able to answer to everything. I'm here more than 4 years, and how LearnWords is evolving, I find out all the time new functions. For example, recently we refurbished our user management. The UI is incredible, it's top notch, it's top of the industry. Multi-user selection, uploading and managing your users. It's a totally new tool. I need to learn how to use it. It's so easy, and still there are so many little tricks. It's incredible. I even found out last week that we changed the UI and had some icons that help you navigate much better on some menus, and there are more updates like that coming in. I was so excited, like a little child after 4 years. So there's so many things. I cannot reply to all of them. I cannot help you so much as our customer success, and we have webinars every day for you. So go there, send us an email, and for sure we will help you how to launch your course with LearnWords. Another question and another shameless promotion here. Johan was asking about shooting video, and I have to tell you that we're preparing 2 webinars. One with a huge partner. We're going to share more details next week. So be sure to check out your email. You'll be getting to get another free webinar on how to shoot the perfect video or how to do the perfect webinar in the next few days. So a few quick tips now on shooting videos. Many people are afraid to show their faces on a webcam. I was afraid also, but after a few sessions, I was not so worried about it. It's not going to be perfect, but start simple. Start with your webcam on your computer. Start with your phone to shoot videos. And one very quick and dirty trick is that if you're not good with video editing, and you're not good in preparing and shooting, but you are great at talking with people, have a live session. Teach a group of people the same subject that you want to teach on a course. Record a section, and then edit the edges. Just cut a little bit the video and upload it. If you do this a few times, and you cut the unnecessary parts, and you just cut the small parts that you want to teach, you already have, through the live sessions, your first course. You don't even need to shoot. You don't even need to think about crazy angles. Just a laptop and a nice angle and some nice lighting near a window, and you seem nice enough. And if you like that live session, you just you just upload it on LearnWords, and you have a course. You might need to do a few live sessions until you're satisfied. Don't overdo it. Don't do 20, 30 and say I don't like any of them. That's the perfectionism we were talking before. Do 3, 4, 5 and choose the best one and use that. And after you have another better one, replace it. There is no issue about replacing and having a better material after someone bought a course and they like your course, and you update it with something even better. They will appreciate you more. So don't worry about that. After monetization, after you sell a few courses, hire a professional if you need to. Hire a professional to edit your video or to help you shoot it. Maybe you need someone to give you some instructions on coaching on how to speak better, make a better script, make some outlines, have a better presentation, or just edit the video in a more professional way so it doesn't look like you are being cut off and popping up, teleporting again back into the video. And don't be afraid to hire and upgrade your course after the fact. Also, on the same place with resources, other than the webinars, we have a lot of resources on video. We have courses on video, we have ebooks on video, we have blog posts about how to shoot the perfect video, and then we have webinars coming in. So go check on the resources part and just click on the free books and checklist and also look for the LearnWorlds Academy and go there, take the courses. There are many. There are there are a lot of help material there to help you be the perfect video for you. So Natasha was asking what's different between LearnWorlds and other platforms. The first thing I will say is look at the chat right now. If you scroll the chat, there are so many amazing people. I love your comments. You see me looking on the one side of my screen, and I'm checking your comments there. I love them. So you can check the comments of other people before you hear me talking. But what I really have here and I love about LearnWorlds is the community. You see that I ask you, the first thing I ask you is introduce yourself to the community, and many of you did. How did that felt? How did it felt if after I replied to you? Not many platforms allow for this kind of community, and you can build that with LearnWords. You are already experienced it, and it's a little customized experience. I remove some pages and I redirecting you direct to the course, make it easier after you log in. But in general, the community is a part I will not take out of LearnWords, with some exceptions for corporate courses that I also see that we have some people here. So you can turn on and off the community on LearnWords, but my suggestion, if you don't have any corporate courses that you should not show a corporate employee to another company's employee and they cannot have a chat between them. Keep the community, use the community, and make people talk through the community. This is one big differentiator of LearnWords. Another thing is that we focus on real learning experiences. It's not about just selling courses. We want to give you the tool to offer the best learning experience possible, whether this is with community, interactive video, whether this is with exams and certificates, the tools to use, or how you can connect with your students. We try to give you the best platform to truly deliver learning. On that fact, we're also the only closed platform, the only platform in our size and our level that we're offering SCORM files. For the more experienced trainers and educators there, you know what SCORM files is, and you know that you will not find them in any other platform. Another thing is great templates. If you want to have also a website along with your courses and you don't want to split into many tools, LearnWords offers the most robust, the best website building tool, and we offer templates that you don't really need to try so hard to make something beautiful. It's already there. As you see on the chat, our support is incredible. If you read any reviews, go on G2, go on Camterra, go anywhere that you read reviews, and Google for reviews on LearnWords, and you'll see that our support is going the extra step for you. The last part, I already said that. Just check the chat. One person here is talking about the SCORM files already. So you can just see the chat, you can see the reviews, and you can see how people like LearnWords and why they use it. Carol, I'm not sure I understood your question about signing, but have in mind that Just Launch It is a different entity than the LearnWords account. So if you have a LearnWords account and you're trying to log in, which was one issue many people have, you need to register with a new account. And as I said, I changed a little bit the experience to go directly to the course. So I removed some automated buttons and I added some direct buttons, which makes it easier to have people coming directly to the bootcamp. And if they want to find some previous bootcamps or webinars we did through this school, they can go to their profile and find them. So Dominic was asking how to get social proof, especially when you're starting out, for your courses. My advice in every time someone wants social proof and you do not have paid customers yet, is go to your past clients. So the example of a yoga instructor. If you're a yoga instructor trying to sell an online course on yoga, chances are that you already taught yoga in a park. You had a group, maybe it's friends, maybe it's family, maybe there are people who paid you €5, $5 to have a session with you, maybe something really cheap. It doesn't matter. Go reach out to them and ask them to give you feedback about your yoga class. ask them to write you a line or two and allow you to use it online. And even better if they allow you to use their image, their picture, and their name. So use people you trained before. Also, the example with me and my colleague about Excel. Um, if I had someone doing an Excel course and they were so great that everyone around in their office was asking them, ask those people for a review how good they are when they sat down 1 hour with you and they explain how to use Excel and how to use all these formulas and all these kind of tables and different ways to compute and to use Excel. So those things can be social proof for your course. They can be the first social proof. If you have an audience, if you already sold a few courses, send them a feedback survey by email, or like you right now, you have completed, many of you, the survey I have on the first section. I will appreciate if more of you go and fill it up. But I also have a feedback survey at the end of the course. So a feedback survey at the end of the course, or after you send them an email with a feedback survey, is a great place to get some social proof. You might get some nice feedback and you can reach back to them and ask them, can I use this feedback on my page? Another thing is that you have two, three people buying your course. Ask them for a personal interview. They will appreciate the time you'll give them for some extra training, and they will give you some feedback there. And you can ask, can I use this code you have said? Can I record this interview? And can I use this video on my website of you commenting about my course? This is the first few ways that you can get social proof. And as you grow, you can get more ways, more automated, with more forms or people who send you very good things through email. For example, many of our reviews, especially on the page, it's for people sending us very nice comments through email after we deliver great support to them. Goodbye, the network. I don't know your name. You'll have the recording tomorrow. So, another thing, many people mention motivation, and it's actually one of the first things I talk in this presentation. So, a few things to help you get motivated: get an accountability person. An accountability person can be a friend, a family member, or a colleague, or someone you trust, or someone through many services. Even if you ask in the community, I want an accountability person, can I have one? And you have a goal, and they have to keep you on the goal, or even just asking you, have you achieved this goal? It could be your spouse. It could be one of your children if they are at the age where they can get you accountable. Write down your goals and have someone ask you every week, have you achieved this and that you ask? This is a way to, if you're not working for another person, this is a way to keep accountability when working for yourself. Post publicly your goal. You can post it on the LearnWorlds community, or you can post them on social media, or have them somewhere publicly, for example, your website or your blog. This is a way that you can go back and you feel accountable to yourself and other people who read it. Send your material for feedback to me. If this is your motivation, give me your goals and let me comment on your goals and try to be accountable to me. So, I had a person, I think yesterday, they sent me that I love your previous bootcamp. I just made my first three sales after listening to your bootcamp. This is also accountability. He had emailed me before his goals, and he reached out to just tell me that he had his first sales. Another thing is deadlines. This is related also to SMART goals. Deadlines is the time-bound part of the SMART goals, the T. Have a specific deadline on when you want to achieve it. So going there to the SMART goals again from the beginning, have something specific, very simple, very specific, very small goal that it cannot be understood in many ways. For example, I want to have 10 customers. It has to be measurable. Again, the 10 in the customers. Specific is the customers, measurable is the 10. So breaking it down and have a number there that you can go back and understand what it is. It has to be achievable. If you are just starting out with no audience and you tell me I want to have 1,000 customers by next month, it's not achievable. Maybe make it 5, 10, 100, or make it if you is an expensive course, it could be $10,000. Many people have sold many thousands of dollars, but make it achievable to you based on your circumstances, on your audience. It has to also be relevant. It has to be realistic. It has to be somewhere relevant to where you are, relevant to your course. Don't have an out of space goal. You're not trying to build a rocket ship. If you're here, if you're teaching something, make it relevant to you. For example, I want to have 10 sales is the reason of this bootcamp. Some people ask me if it will help them to be accountable to create their course material. It could be if your goal is in 2 months to have sales, but maybe it's not so relevant. So it's not the best goal if you are setting up to go on this bootcamp. Time bound. I talk a lot of times about the time you need to be here, the time that you sorry, the deadline that you need to have about the courses you're going to sell, about your goals. Have a deadline, have a specific time or date that you need to achieve them, and get yourself accountable. You don't need to feel bad if you don't manage to achieve your goal, but you can see what you did as a mistake, and on the next time you set your next goals, you can see how to improve and how it actually how it's more realistic. For example, if you said that I want to have 10 sales, but you managed to get 5 and you cannot see any ways to improve, maybe your next goal is not 10. Maybe it's I want to sell 6 or 7 more courses, and you push yourself towards the goal, a more realistic goal. I see some people leaving. We're close to the end. So anyone who is staying up to the end, I have some extra things to say, some things that are coming up. Nice to see you, Christoph, and you'll see the recording, I'm sure of it. So yeah, that was the last slide. So after this, I will be going to the questions you will be sending on the chat today. So keep a few minutes with me, and I will be replying to the new questions too. So what's coming up? We have 2 video webinars coming up. One is with a big guest. I'm not going to reveal it right now because you'll be getting an email in a few days. And the other one is from our experts in our team. And we'll be also giving some very interesting material. And one of my favorites, we didn't manage to promote it because we have so many books we're giving all the time. We're going to give you also printable cards on how you can improve your video. So you'll be able to have a PDF with 57 tips that you can print them, cut them, and have them next to you and read them while you're editing your videos. And we'll be using that advice mostly on the webinar coming up. Next week, we'll also be announcing an offer. This will be an offer only for new customers. So you can keep in touch, look on your email, you'll see an offer. And the last thing you need to keep up is at the same time, 12 p.m. ET and 5 p.m. GMT, we'll have the next webinar Q&A. So you can send me by then any questions you have. I will be replying by email of the community immediately, but I will also be keeping those questions to answer live for anything that needs some more discussion. So, last one. I'm going to need a couple of minutes to read through the questions I have from my team. So Anastasia and Andrea have been collecting them. So hi Paul. Paul is asking if there is one more challenge from the challenges before, the fear of failure. You know, this is very easy to answer, but for me it also kind of works well with procrastination. So if you're afraid of failure, what are you afraid of? Trying and failing or not trying at all? Because if you do not try, you have failed by default. So this is the way you need to see things. If you have an idea, it could be a bad idea, but have you tried it? Can you spend some time looking into it and doing the minimum viable product? If not, then you have failed before you start. If you cannot build a minimum viable product, it's okay. It's not viable. But if you can't build it and you have not tried it, it's already a failure. So don't think about the fear of failure if you haven't tried it. It's better to fail after you have tried than never have tried. This also reminds me a lot of advice about flirting I have been reading before, and it's the same thing. If you have not approached the person you love, and many of you probably have partners right now, many of you had partners before, if you did not go on that trip and risk yourself to talk to that person or give them a chance, whatever the case was, you'll never be with that person at all. So failure for me is when you don't even try. So question from social, and Jennifer is asking how you can track a battle funnel. Jennifer, it's better to talk with the support. I think there is a way there to see who registered, because we are keeping up who registered to your school and is elite but did not go and buy. We don't have this exact abandoned funnel that they went to the checkout and did not purchase. I think this is something that is coming up in the future. But you can see who downloaded something out of your page, who registered, and you can send them an email later on to see that they're a user who did not buy anything, and you can send them an automated email to purchase a course. So feel free to send any more questions. I'm reading through any questions I have through the webinar, and I will be replying in due time. Let's see. Wolf, I think the guys replied to you about connecting your website. I even have an article to explain how the connection works. So you can just Google it, and you can find many support articles, or send us an email and we'll be helping you out with that. See on the Q&A. I see Lou loves my accent. Probably he's the first person telling me that. Anthony, he's asking about the price of LearnWorlds after the free trial. You can choose 3 different level of subscriptions. We don't ask for a credit card, so you're not going to be charged automatically. You need to choose to upgrade, give your credit card, and choose the plan you wish to go. If you're unsure about which plan worked for you, send us an email on support or the sales team, and someone will reach out to you, talk about your needs, and explain you what plan is the one you need based on your specific needs. Marco, I'm not sure we have many people being live concurrently. If you have the technical issue, it might be on your side, but for sure you'll be seeing the recording afterwards. See a few more questions coming in. Sally, subtitles, yes. If you have seen on the recordings now, I have uploaded the transcripts, not the subtitles, because it's a bit more difficult to create subtitles. It's usually easier because you may have customers from other countries that maybe, if you, let's say you speak English as your first language, you know that maybe a Spanish person is joining up your course, or an Asian person, and they don't really know so well English, but they can read. They find you too fast, like I'm a fast speaker. So in some cases, subtitles can help a lot, and especially if it's not the person's first language, or if they have any issues. For example, it could be hearing issues. You're making your course more accessible to more people, and you're making their education even better, because 2 ways of learning is even better. For some people, they prefer to read instead of listening to. Christoph, I'm not sure I understood your question about navigating, but if you visit Just Launch It without the direct URL of the course, you will be able to log in. Normally, you should be redirected on the course page and click continue to go inside the course. If not, there are buttons at the top to see your profile, the community, and there is a button to go to the bootcamp that is running right now. So by clicking there, you'll be going directly to the bootcamp inside the introduction section. So I made this navigation to make it easier for people who might not know how to use the website, because have that in mind also in your schools. When you're building your audience, some of those people will be using your website for the first time. There is some learning to be done there and understand how to use it, how to use a community, and it's also a good example to have a video or some screenshots like I had on the introduction on the social media to show you where is the discussion, how you can find it, and how you can post and communicate with other people. So maybe if an FAQ or a short introduction by video or by text or by screenshots will be a great way to introduce someone to your course, your platform, your school. Thank you, thank you, Marcel, for your good words. Lou, sorry. Many sorry for doing the mistake with the gender. And Jason, yes, webinar for me will be the best way to launch a course. For example, also with a bootcamp, I will give you this live example. The first time we tried to do an event, the first webinar was on Tuesday, not on Monday, and people were expecting a live webinar on Monday. So there are expectations. A live event right now is kind of the status quo. This is what people are expecting. A webinar would be a great way to launch it. Maybe a free course. Maybe there are some other ways, maybe an email launching, but a webinar, especially if you are using video on your course, is the best way to begin. And you cannot even do the webinars as a lead capture, so people will be registering and then buy your course, or people will be buying your course, registering to the first webinar, the introductory one, and continue the course. And then next, if you have more webinars, it's a mixed course. Then you can have the other ones hidden or private, so only the people who paid can access them. Let's see. So I don't see any other questions. Be sure if you have any more questions to send them by chat right now or the Q&A. And thank you all for attending. You'll be finding this as a recording on the bootcamp. Again, if you are on social media, YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, post, comment on below the live, and we'll be sending you the link to register to see the rest of the material and to also get the recording. Be sure to send me any more questions by email or by posting on the community, and for sure I want more landing pages for Thursday. Christoph, I will check it. I may be wrong because there was a change in time 1 month ago. I might have done a mistake there. Thank you for letting me know. I will double check it tomorrow. So, thank you all for attending. Right now it's night in Europe. I'm not sure where you are. Many people, I'm pretty sure they're from North America. So good morning to many of you, or good afternoon, and good night to anyone who is joining at the night time for them. Join us again on Thursday. Have a great day.